Hello, you are listening to VHC, Vibes, History, and Culture, a show where we explore the unknown and little-known facts and gems about music and popular culture from a millennial lens. This is your host, Kevin Washington. Full disclosure here, I had originally planned a two-part episode to celebrate and honor the genre of disco and its impact. But in this very special episode of VHC, we are honoring the Queen of Rock and Roll, Tina Turner. The legend passed away on Wednesday, on the 24th, at the age of 83. She was born Anna Mae Bullock in Nutbush, Tennessee, and will go on to become a trailblazing musical icon who spans generations and musical genres. But she is indeed the Queen of Rock and Roll. And as I reminisce on my memories of this trailblazing icon, what comes to mind is the movie What's Love Got to Do with It? Yes, I remember watching it as a kid at my grandmother's house during the summer in the early 90s and remembering my auntie and older cousins made me cover my eyes during I would say, the most intimate parts. And nevertheless, I watched this amazing movie starring Angela Bassett as Tina Turner. By the way, she should have won an Oscar for that role, just saying. Anyway, through Angela Bassett's performance, I was drawn into Tina Turner's life story. The story about her rise to fame and how she overcame the trauma and pain she had to deal with to become this incredible superstar that she is known today. And I know the world is pouring tributes for her in many different ways. And as for my tribute to her on this episode, I want to do something different. I want to celebrate not only her legacy that includes the musical and the cultural impact she had on some female artists that I believe completely embody all that Tina Turner is and what she gave to music. So please bear with me and join me on this journey of honoring a legend in every sense of what that word is. Now you may ask, who are these amazing female artists that embody the essence of Tina Turner and benefit from the cultural impact she gave as well? Well, that's a gigantic list. I mean, man, where do I start? I can state the obvious contenders like Janet Jackson, Madonna, Beyonce, Mary J. Blige, Toni Braxton, Britney Spears, Pink, and the list goes on and on and on. But the female artists that I want to focus on in this episode are ones who I feel don't get the recognition I think they should, and who I believe embody everything I see in Tina Turner. The powerful, raspy, and bone-chilling voice, the incredible and undeniable stage presence and prowess, and the songs that tell a story and really get you in the feels, as well as being a genre-defining type of performer. And the ladies that I feel represent that are singer-musicians Yola and Rhiannon Giddens. And when I think about these amazing singers, musicians, songwriters, I see all that Tina Turner embodies. So let's get into it, starting with Rhiannon Giddens. For all my North Carolina folks, she is a native of Greensboro, North Carolina, starting out with her Grammy award-winning group, the Carolina Chocolate Drops, and will go on to later have a solo career. Giddens is a musician whose work is very eclectic folk music. in which she was part of the Carolina Chocolate Drops, whom Giddens was a founding member of. The band infused a lot of blues, country, and old-time music. Giddens was also the lead singer, fiddler, and banjo player. And as I look at her artistry while looking at Tina Turner's as an example, Tina really cracked the door open, not just for Black women artists, but for Black artists in general, for them to explore music and musical forms outside the bubble and box that a lot of Black artists get boxed into. Giddens has certainly done that, all the while paying homage to the Black artists who influenced her, the sounds of Sister Rosetta Tharpe and Dame Nina Simone. Giddens broke through in her own way, in her own era, within the folk, old-time, and bluesy Americana field, all the while infusing the sounds of the sacred old spirituals. As did Tina Turner, she broke through in the rock genre while infusing the sounds of her Black church upbringing. Just take a listen to any of her songs, including River Deep, Mountain High, or her version of Proud Mary. That southern gospel soul from Nutbush. As Anna Mae Bullock, she grew up in church singing, which is where she got her first start in music. And if you have a chance to listen to any of Rhiannon Giddens' music, I highly recommend listening to not only her work with the Carolina Chocolate Drops, but some of her solo work as well, including her work with Our Native Daughters. She, I believe, is one of the many who carries the great legacy of Tina Turner, a legacy that goes outside the box of what prescribes as Black artistry and does her own thing, all the while carrying the sound and the soul of the sacred songs of our ancestors. Now on to Yola, an English singer, songwriter, and musician whose debut studio album, Walk Through Fire, released in 2019, received critical acclaim for that, as well as 4 Grammy nominations. Oh, we talked about Sister Rosetta Tharpe earlier. Yola made her acting debut in 2022, playing the godmother of rock and roll in the biopic Elvis. Make a little note here, Tina Turner also made her acting debut in the 1985 film Mad Max Thunderdome. Yola also released a sophomore album, Stand For Myself, in 2021, and that name alone sort of echoes a lot of Tina Turner's musical career, a career where Tina had to fight for her own voice to be heard. After her divorce from her longtime band partner and husband due to the abuse she endured from him, she reclaimed her life, not just personally but professionally. By the 1980s, she had entered her 40s, and a lot of the people in the industry didn't think at her age she would be successful as a solo artist. But of course, she proved everyone wrong and came on top, like in the name of Yola's sophomore album. Tina stood for herself and then some. And it doesn't stop there. When I hear Yola sing, man, oh man, I hear the influence of Tina Turner. Yola is a powerful singer with the same gritty, powerful vocal runs of Tina, who can also sing any genre, any genre, blues rock, R&B, soul, funk, folk, and Americana. And like Tina, Yola's stage presence is a force to be reckoned with. And when I first heard the song by Yola, Diamond Studded Shoes, which comes off the Stand For Myself album, I hear a song of a woman claiming her power and determination, like the songs from Tina, We Don't Need Another Hero. I mean, that song's Diamond Studded Shoes is just downright funky and full of little rock soul, like Tina's version of Proud Mary, originally a Clarence Clearwater revival song. And like Rhiannon Giddens, Yola is an artist who is known for not wanting to be boxed in to what many try to prescribe black artists into. And if you want to know the great influence of Tina Turner, look at the examples of both these amazing female artists and their artistry. And there's so many more to choose from, but these two were the ones that really came to mind and stuck out to me with having all the qualities that I see in Tina Turner, and who I wanted to showcase due to not getting the recognition that I believe that they should. To me, I see Tina's influence in them as well. A woman of fire, passion, and power on stage, powerful vocals, and an artist who didn't want to be put in a box, but who's an original, one of a kind, demanded respect through her work, her determination, and that we salute Miss Turner. As we continue to mourn her passing, we celebrate the years of great music and her contributions to pop culture. We honor her and her legacy. Thank you so much, Tina Turner. And as we wrap up this special episode of VHC, just wanted to thank you again to all of you taking the time to listen to the podcast, or whenever you're listening to the podcast. I'm so grateful to you all and hope you will continue to listen for more VHC. And as promised, we'll get to the Justice for Disco shows, a two-parter, in the coming weeks, so you want to stay tuned for that. You can check us out on Buzzsprout as well as, of course, Spotify. And we'll soon be available on Google Podcasts, so listen out for that as well. You can reach me via email, kevwash46, all lowercase, at yahoo.com. Also on social media at Twitter at KevinWash08. And on Instagram at Kevin_Washington_887. And again, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time. Peace.